Before you scroll, this tale may not be in your books, but it should live softly in your memory. A desert wind drifts across Yuma. The sun is low, and at the rusted gate of a forgotten prison stands a boy, no older than 21. Behind him, a trail of heat, silence, and regret. Ahead, a world that's already forgotten him. They say he robbed a rail car, shot a man. But ask him and he'll tell you, I just ran. His boots are cracked, his hands scarred, but his eyes still carry something pure, something unfinished. And as he steps into the open sand, the wind carries no sound, only a whisper. Run smart or run forever. He didn't look back, not at the bars, not at the guards, not at the name above the gate. His boots crunched across the dust, slow, steady, like a ghost heading west. In his vest pocket, the letter burned hotter than the sun. Cracked paper, 3 words: Find Silas Boone. In his vest pocket, the letter burned hotter than the sun. Cracked paper, 3 words: Find Silas Boone. But where? The wind didn't answer. The world had forgotten him, but he hadn't forgotten the man with the scar, not after what he did. The saloon smelled of stale whiskey and forgotten promises. Inside, the boy sat in silence, same red bandana, same brim pulled low over his tired eyes. He didn't speak. He never did unless he had to. From the shadows, a man slid into the chair across from him. Long coat, black hat, eyes that looked like they'd seen too much and survived too little. He sat down slow. Yuma, don't forget, the man whispered. It buries its ghosts in broad daylight. The boy didn't flinch, but his hands, they trembled. You carry something, the stranger said. Something they couldn't bury. It'll follow you, son. He stood, dropped a match on the table. They're coming. Will you run or return? And the boy just sat there, eyes hidden. But one tear slid quietly through the dust. He left before sunrise. No goodbyes, no footsteps to follow, only the stranger's words echoing in the dark. Find Silas Boone. But the desert does not give directions, just riddles and dust. That morning, something shimmered in the sand. Not silver, not gold. A coin, bent, scarred. The boy turned it over. On its back, a carving, the letter B, and a line slashed through it. He'd seen that mark once before, on a wanted poster. Silas Boone, murderer, disappeared, forgotten. But now, he wasn't forgotten. He remembered the name, Silas Boone, a drifter, a whisper on wanted posters. But the boy remembered more than the bounty. He remembered a face, a crooked scar from ear to jaw, a voice like broken glass. The man who gave him the letter, was the same man who once burned down his home. That was years ago, before the trial, before Yuma. Boone vanished into the hills of Whiskey Ridge. No law dared follow him. They said it was cursed land, full of ghosts, and worse. But the boy didn't care about curses. He'd already lived through hell. They say the sun dies early in Whiskey Ridge. By late afternoon, the shadows stretch longer, and the wind starts to hum. Some say it's cursed. Others say it's just forgotten. He rode slow, no map, no guide, just that bent coin, and a memory of burning wood. Every tree looked like it held a secret. Every sound felt like a warning. Then, hoofprints, fresh, wide, the kind left by a man with no reason to hide. The boy followed, not because he wanted to, but because he had to. They say the sun dies early in Whiskey Ridge. Long before twilight, the land turns to shadows. Not dark, just quiet, like it's holding its breath. The boy rode in slow, hat low, eyes sharper than the wind. His horse didn't like the place. It stepped careful, like it knew better. The road curved between jagged stone teeth, where trees grew sideways and strange. Vultures circled overhead. Too early. Too many. There were signs. A rusted rifle stuck in a stump. A boot half buried in the mud. A fence broken inwards. And then the sound of hooves. Not his. He froze. Dismounted. Waited. Silence. On the ground, tracks, wide, deep, fresh. One horse, heavy load, no wagon. The same symbol again. A bee scratched into the bark of a pine tree, Boone's mark. He wasn't just in the ridge, he owned it, and the boy had just stepped onto his doorstep. He spotted it from the ridge, a small fire, no movement, no horses, just a single flame flickering beneath the trees. Boone's camp? Or a message? He didn't ride closer. He walked, each step slow, every twig a thunderclap in the still air. The fire burned too clean, like someone had built it, just minutes ago. A coffee tin sat by the log, still steaming. Boone wasn't far, he might have never left. The boy looked around. No prints, no gear, just one thing, half buried in the ashes. Another coin, bent, marked, but this time warm to the touch. He stood slowly. The wind stopped. Then, from the trees, a whisper, not words, just breath. He wasn't alone. He didn't draw his gun, he didn't run, he just sat by the fire, waiting for the ghost to speak. And it did. From behind him, low, raspy, cracked like dry leather. Still carrying that coin? He didn't turn. He just answered, "You burned my home." Silence. Then, "Didn't burn you." Another long pause. "They all think I'm the outlaw," Boone said. "But you're the one with the story now." "Turn around," Boone said. "I want to see your eyes when you fall." The boy didn't flinch. "You already buried me," he said. "This is just the funeral." The fire cracked louder than the gun, but only one man fired. When the smoke cleared, Boone was on his knees, not dead, not yet. "Why?" the boy asked. Boone smiled. "Because you were the easy one to blame." The boy walked past him. No anger, just dust, just freedom. Rain fell that night, first in years. The boy rode toward the river. Behind him, the prison still stood, but no one inside knew he was gone, just like no one knew his name. Years later, in the corner of some saloon, old folks would whisper it like a ghost story. Will Breckenridge. And the coin he carried, still buried somewhere near the fire. If you felt something tonight, a flicker of the past, a breath of the West, subscribe to Sleep West, not just for stories, for whispered legends you'll feel in your bones.